We're bringing on our first guest, Rita Gordon. She's been on the show before, and we're happy to have her back. I believe Rita is going to be at the National Black Book Festival. I believe we have so many people registered, I can't keep them all in my head, but I think Rita, you're registered. Is that right?
No, not for this one. Maybe the
Not
next.
for this one. Okay. I got so many names coming through that and this year is several people that share the same first name or last name. You know, it's a lot of duplication. So
Yeah.
trying to keep all that. By the time we get to the event, I'll know every name. And normal people are really surprised that I know when they come up to the information desk and they give me any information, their first name, last name, even their book, I know who they are, and their people are surprised about that. But anyway, Rita, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much. So much. I
And
appreciate it.
you have a new book out or coming out. Is it
I
out yet?
do.
Is it out yet or is coming
It'll
out?
come out October 8th of this year.
Okay, so
London
you're doing
Calling.
some major advance publicity. Okay. London Calling.
That's
Okay.
right.
Just
Yeah.
show us the cover
You put
again.
it up
It
so
was real.
fast. Put it up one more
Yeah, it was
time.
too fast. We couldn't see. So it's a
Very
romance.
nice.
You do
Yeah.
romantic writing.
That's right. So it's an interracial romance. I do both Black and interracial romance, but this one's an interracial romance.
Okay. All
You've
right.
been very busy because you just released a book in April as well, correct?
Yeah, that one was Troy, and I have that one here.
Okay. Now is
That
Troy the person's name?
Troy is the person's name. He's a
Okay.
Black bodyguard. That one's a Black romance. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be
So
like
only two books this year. Only two books this year.
Only two books.
only
For some
two.
people, a major feat.
And then you had 7 days in Seattle.
That's right. That's right. 7 Days in Seattle was book one of a 3 book series. So yes. That
Okay.
was last year. Last year.
And
Yeah.
did you have a book with Budapest in the title?
30 Days in Belfast. That's the
Belfast.
one
I
behind.
knew it
Yeah.
started with a B. I thought it was Budapest, but it was Belfast. Okay.
That's the one we talked about. Yeah,
Yes.
a couple of years ago, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. So you are traveling in your books to different destinations.
That's right.
You had Belfast, and then you had Seattle. You have London coming
London.
up. Okay. So is this based on your travels or based on your travel research, or do you watch like one of those travel channels and pick up tips from there?
Yeah, so I do travel a lot. Not recently. Most of my travel, most recent, has been domestic. But yes, I did heavy international travel, and a lot of the scenery and is based on what things I've seen or maybe experienced during my travels. The stories are completely fictitious. All of the content is completely fictitious. But many of these places, yes, I have already been to. Yes.
Okay. So do you describe the landmarks and all that? Is that in there? And if so, are these landmarks you've seen or researched?
Yeah, so most of what you kind of see and experience in the stories, as far as if I do talk about landmarks or places I've either been, I have also heavily researched all the locations. Like in 30 Days in Belfast, wrote that story before I went there, but then I went and I validated everything that I
Oh, okay.
researched. London, I've been several times, so there's a lot of things and London Calling I've experienced, some of the restaurants, etc. So, and then there are things that I do have to research. So, but it's a combination of both what I've experienced myself and traveling to those locations, and also, things that I've researched, and then some things are just my imagination too. So.
Yeah, Rhonda's the one between the two of us that's been as world traveled. I have been out of the country, but I haven't been outside of North and South America. So, well, except for the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been to Europe or the motherland yet. So it's on my bucket list.
Well, what I do like about the fact that you've not only traveled to these places, but you've done heavy research, is it helps you to include little nuances in your story, things that people don't just think about when they read about a place or when they're just going sightseeing. I'm from New Orleans, and whenever somebody writes a book based in New Orleans, I can always tell whether they've been there and experienced the city,
Yeah.
or if they only went there and never went past Canal Street. You know,
That's
I want
great.
to know the book city. I mean, for instance, we don't go eat at Cafe Du Monde for breakfast every day.
Right.
So something that would totally irritate me if I saw that in a book.
Right, right. And then some of the stories that I've written, I'm very conscious of what is the status of the character and where would they really frequent, and
Yeah.
or what are some of the things that are like in 7 Days in Seattle, there was, some high-end restaurants and then some just more like street food places or whatever. And so I've kind of, you know, set up the scene for both. And London Calling, there's a scene where they're eating at the Wolseley. I've eaten at the Wolseley. I know why a person would go there, and so there's always some level of context, but then it's relative to who the people are in the story too.
Okay, so is this like your everybody who writes, um, and they may cross genres or depending on how prolific their writing is, they kind of pick a lane or they pick a theme and to write about. It sounds like yours is being in different locations.
Yeah, so yeah, you will find that. That's correct. You will find that in pretty much every book that I write. There's location plays a big part of it. So there's that international travel piece. There's also local travel, but there's always the setting plays a role in the story. And then also there's pretty much art and technology in most of my books. And that's because I love art and it's a passion of mine, even though, that's not my trade or anything like that. And then technology, I've come from a high tech corporate background. And
Okay.
so all of my characters are, executives in some technology related company or something like that. So you are absolutely correct. There are things that I kind of stick to that are what I know. I stay in my lane.
There you go.
So you're based in California.
I am.
Are
Yeah.
you near Silicon Valley or?
Yeah, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. So
Okay.
I spent my entire career in Silicon Valley, San Francisco and Silicon Valley. So yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's known for tech.
that's
And
right.
I say you're very worldly if you're over in Silicon Valley.
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So with AI becoming the next big thing, have you addressed AI in your books yet?
I do, every one of them. So all of the executives are executives in AI type technology related corporations, and it plays a heavy role in this one. And Troy, because there are the woman is developing biological technology with the help of AI. And so there are people that are coming after her. So there's some level of real life things that are happening on the biotech front that I include from an AI tech. And then in this book, the current book, London Calling, the gentleman is running a major AI corporation, and he's purchasing or they're acquiring another AI company. So yes, it does play heavily in my stories. And then she's a tech heiress, and her uncle is running a big tech AI conglomerate in the U.S. So
Oh, okay. So I was thinking your answer would be maybe, but you put
no.
all both of your feet in that
Yeah.
area
I
because
spent most of my career
The big-
hiring scientist, data scientist developing AI technology from years ago. So yeah, it plays a big role in my stories and what my characters
So it's
do.
a major character,
Huh?
a major character in your stories.
Yeah, it is a major character in pretty much all my stories. Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
So how
as,
go no
okay,
go
go
ahead, Ronnie,
ahead.
because I've asked all the questions so far. So you go ahead.
Well, since we're talking about AI, there's also been a lot of discussion about whether authors should use AI. And I use AI a lot. I use it so much that it's really hard for me to read social media now because I see these big long think pieces that are obviously AI written that they didn't they didn't rewrite at all.
Yeah.
And so I teach people how to use AI as an author and use it ethically. You don't want it to replace you, but it can be a great assistant.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how AI plays a role in how you write.
Well, it isn't the only major thing it plays a role in is that is kind of the backdrop from developing the technology from the characters. That's what they do. As far as kind of like AI in my work, I don't use it. I think the only thing that I could say would probably come close is what people don't realize is anytime you use Google search, that is AI, and now
Exactly.
they have to disclose. So anybody who's thought they were never using AI are actually using AI because the law has changed. And so anytime AI is being applied to a situation, it has to be disclosed. And that's why now you see that little AI powered by AI logo whenever you're in Google search now. So that's how I use it. When I'm doing my Google search. And
Right.
for
I
example,
like using it for research. Yeah.
yeah, like London Calling, I was trying to figure out like what are the laws around this? What are the laws around this? And I'm in Google, and when you're in Google, you can't, that is the only way you're coming up with results is through AI. So for anybody to say they're not using it and they're saying they're using Google, it's kind of a conflict, right? Because how could you?
They don't know they're using.
They don't know.
Or they don't realize how much because it does say that AI, and then it gives you like an overview of some of the different things
Right.
regarding whatever the subject is
Yeah,
that you.
I actually kind of like that when I Google something and it gives me kind of an AI summary of what I'm about to see when I start to look at the listings. I like that, and they do that on Amazon as well. It'll give you kind of an AI summary of all of the reviews
Yeah.
of
Yes,
well,
right.
product.
Everything that we're being served up on Amazon, all of the information that says because you looked at this, I'm serving you up this. That's all AI. People, that's been in use for, gosh, more than 10 years now, right? Those are the kind of people I would hire every time you play a game. It's serving up something based on your activity. That is artificial intelligence through data science. And but people just don't understand that they've been using it all along. So
yeah, it's unfortunate. Well, it's the algorithm is AI.
it's
They're
exactly
related.
AI. Yes.
So unfortunately, like when you click something, sometimes I hesitate. And there's so much clickbait out there. There's so much
I don't
that's
want
not,
to. I
and
don't
now
want to take any more.
no, they're doing stuff that's not real. Like I'll give an example. I don't know if you all saw this. Somebody and people are doing it for clickbait to monetize their social media platforms. And it's putting false information out there. They had a rowboat with a Shaq and Michael Jordan in it. And they were saying that they were going out to rescue the people who were in the floods in Kerrville, Texas. And it was I said, this has got to be fake because it doesn't even make sense. But it looked genuine because, with AI, they can make it look real.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot.
Yeah,
But
they're
yeah,
doing a lot.
the only
I
thing
mean,
that I'm doing is
it's,
searching. So
yeah, it's gotten so now, and it's going to get worse. You don't know what's real versus what's fake.
that's
It's
correct. That's
and I know crooked people are going to be using it for nefarious reasons, and they already have been.
that's right.
Even when the internet was like in its infancy, people were using it for nefarious reasons, and they'll just be able to be more sophisticated with it now.
That's right.
Unfortunately,
There's always some bad guys out there. They end up in my
yeah,
books too. So
they end up in your books. Well, that's a good place for them, and hopefully, bad guys or bad people, they're fun to write because I've done it. So in my two novels, you have your antagonist and or just the villain, and they can be fun to write.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can just kind of make them puny people. And and so tell us about the storyline for London Calling.
Yeah, so London Calling is about two people, this tech heiress who is brilliant, graduated college early, and because she was experiencing some difficulty after her mother died when she was young, her mother died when she was 5. She is basically has just gone out on her own at 19 and just left everything behind in search of she's not sure of what, right? She's basically looking for herself. Fast forward 7 years, she ends up in London. She's in circumstances happen where she needs to be in London for a while. Her visa is expiring. And then her brother's best friend happens to live in London. And he is dealing with some PR issues with his company. And it turns out that they both need each other. So they end up in this fake marriage. And and she learns that through this time that they're spending together, that all this time things that she was looking for, she's found in this relationship. So, so it is a story that is kind of heartwarming. There is a lot of talk about though death because we talk about her mother who died when she was 5, and then she is introduced to this young lady who she helps out, a young woman that she helps out to get into college. Her parents died when she was young. So there's a lot of grief and things like that involved in this book that make it a little bit more touching there's a love story that's baked and weaved throughout though.
Nice.
Okay. It looks pretty hectic.
It's a love story, but I like a good story that centers around the love story. Sometimes love stories can be nothing but the love. You're like, okay, this is corny now.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've got him dealing with his dilemma, her dealing with this, trying to find this thing she's been searching for through her travels. And they're trying to help this young kid who's lost her parents, who's basically was homeless, try and help her get through high school and get to college. So there's a lot going on in this story.
Well,
Nice.
now what made you decide that romance was your lane?
I think because I don't know, I've just found myself always like writing those stories. Those are the things that have been kind of coming to my head is just love stories. It comes easiest. I love to read romance. That's one of my favorite genres. I read a lot of other things, but romance is kind of what I always go back to. And those are the stories that I didn't know I would eventually write, but those were the stories that I was writing when I was in college, and I didn't know anything about how to put together a novel or write a book or anything like that. And when I began to pick up more romance novels, I realized this is what, my passion is. So.
Okay. Do you have any particular author that you read a lot? Your favorite romance writer?
Yeah, I think I probably read a lot of Kennedy Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she kind of got me back into like just hardcore reading, of the romance genre. So I would say her, Beverly Jenkins.
She has strong stories. Beverly Jenkins has strong stories, not just love stories, but strong
Strong
stories.
stories, yeah. So, yeah, people like that. And I read a lot of romance, but those are the ones that kind of stick out in my head. So,
okay. So now, the London book, it's pretty hefty. You flashed it up real fast, but I know it's hardcover. You're doing a hardcover edition.
this is the hardcover. I don't know if you can see that.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that before.
This
And
is
it
the
looks
hardcover.
like it's pretty, like maybe 300 pages.
Yeah, it's 314 pages. It's probably one of my smaller books because a lot of them tend to be like 390 some odd, almost 400. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
314 pages. It's a pretty hefty book. And it covers a lot of. I tried to tighten the story really good, even though it covers a lot of heavy topics, and then the romance as well. But I tried to tighten it as much as I could. So
Now, what
So,
span of time is a
it covers. So she needs to be in London for a 6 month window of time. So it's
okay?
out for about 5 6 months window of time that it covers. And then at the epilogue, I think I jump ahead probably another 6 months to a year or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
well, I was just going to say, I love the fact that you still write longer books. I've talked to a lot of authors who have moved to writing shorter books
Mm.
because they feel like people's attention spans aren't as long as they used to be because everybody's
Yeah.
busy. But I just came from the Indiana Black Expo, and there are still a lot of readers. There's still a hefty audience that prefers the longer book.
Yeah.
Was it a conscious decision to continue writing longer books?
It's conscious because I need to tell the full story. And sometimes I don't feel like I could tell the story in a short. I mean, I don't feel like you're going to get the full character development if I shorten the story. And I want you to feel immersed in the character, the scenery, the things that take place. So I spend my time really developing all of that so that you feel like you are in that wherever they are, like you're in London and you're just like a fly on the wall watching this. So the longer the story, it gives me the leeway to really tell you all the things that I want to tell you. I don't feel like I can give you enough information if the story is short. And my
Right.
editor will she'll be like, she'll see something and she'll like, you really need to, I like this. You need to open this up more, right? You need this to be a chapter or something.
Oh, okay. In the final couple of minutes we have left, tell us a little bit about Troy, since that was the book before, right before.
Oh yeah, Troy. This one, Troy is a black bodyguard romance, and you see Troy, and he pretty much is in all of my books or mentioned, because these black women executives have used him as their bodyguard, and this
Oh,
is really his story about who is that one woman who was able to capture his heart and get him to to be not so, that stern person who's always protecting someone. So I was about really figuring out who that one woman was that would capture his heart. But it's a bodyguard romance, and you see him throughout the entire story trying to balance being the protector versus trying not to act on the feelings that he has for this person. So he's got ethics about him. So
okay. Well, Rita, thank you for being a guest on the show. Show us the London Calling, Troy. Do you have your other book, the one that was right before Troy,
this
handy?
is this is the London Calling.
Calling.
This is
That's
the
Troy.
Troy. 30 Days in Belfast and Taming a King are up right behind me. So
Okay. All right. Thanks for being a guest on the show, and congratulations on continuing writing.
thank you.
Your reviews are good and solid, and so that's always a good sign.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Have a good
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Great.
Have a great
Bye.
night.